Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the International CONCAFA Soccer Pod. I am joined by WWE legend Sheamus. How we doing, fella?
Gumpy, what's the crack? It's weird, man. I'm having a bit deja vu here. I feel like we've done this already. It's crazy.
Hey, great tarp. Second time, though. Still good.
Yeah, 1990 classic World Cup Italia 90. The away jersey. Of course, Ireland are the only national team who would sell their jerseys with a sponsor on the front. No other national team would have the sponsor on the front. So they're just pocketing that extra money wherever they could, the old FAI.
Now it's everywhere. Now everybody's got it everywhere.
Not national jerseys, just Ireland for national, but for club, everyone's got them. That was the whole thing about it.
Still to this day?
Yeah. Sky are now the current sponsors. You can't buy the jersey without Sky on the front, but every other national team does not come with a sponsor on the jersey.
Wow, good for you. That's incredible.
Not good for me. I hate it. It's brutal.
How was the MLS offices? How was that trip? It looked very cool.
It's really cool, mate. It's right in the city of New York. Yeah, right in the middle of New York City. The setup is phenomenal. I think they're going to move office as well for next season. But it's a great setup, dude. I'm watching how big the MLS has become over the last decade. Is crazy.
How do you feel? I kind of don't like the thought of they're thinking about moving the schedule to the same time as the leagues in Europe. How did you feel about that? I didn't think that was a great idea. What did you think?
I have the opposite now. I think it's better.
Really?
Yeah, because like you have to understand not only like from a perspective from a viewer's point, I get it with all the other sports happening in America. But if you're looking for the MLS to be competitive against the rest of world football, especially Europe, with the transfer system and all that, like it's much better for them to be on the same schedule. Like if you watch, like for me as a Nashville fan, like a lot of the times we lose Zimmerman and Schaffelberg to like Canada and US halfway, like during important games because there was a Gold Cup match on, there was a Gold Cup tournament on, or there's World Cup qualifiers on, and all those World Cup qualifiers literally follow the flow of Europe. So it's very inconvenient for the local teams and also for the transfer window as well. I think it could make the MLS more competitive for transfers.
Yeah, the only thing I would think is just the summertime is it's so much better for, other sports happening. I was just thinking more viewership, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. But I still think there's going to be. I feel like at this, if you'd done it like 10 years ago, I feel it would be a really bad idea. But like MLS is getting so strong on its own, and football is getting so strong that I think they're in a much better position to compete now with a lot of those sports.
Yeah, there's a lot of loyal supporters like you with Nashville. They won last night they won the US Open Cup?
Yeah, it was last night against Orlando.
They're having a decent start to the year. How you feel about their start?
A lot better than last year.
Yeah, you guys were shite.
Yeah, we're shite, mate. Last year was not good. Not good. Hanny's in much better form. Surge seems to be like settling in more. Schaffelberg again is getting better and better every year.
He's unbelievable, dude. He's so good. I watch him play international. He's very good.
I think your man Eddie Tagset as well, the Norwegian guy. He's a former Liverpool youth player, I believe he was. And he's great, dude. He just gets in there and he harasses any player who has the ball in midfield. He never stops. He's like a little it's like a Jack Russell around the pitch. Great player as well. Josbeck and there's a few other ones in there as well. But like for me, the team seems so much stronger now and so much organized. And then with the new coach as well. It just seems to be all coming in together.
It's been interesting to watch this year because like Whitecaps seem like they're the best team. They kind of came out of nowhere, and then like Inter Miami, they lost 6 of 7.
Yeah,
giving up 20 goals in their last 6 games. Like they shipped out everybody, dude. Man, like Robbie Taylor was like a good player for them. Like scored a fair. They sent the other guy to Minnesota. He scored in his first game, Gressel. And it's like they got all these young players now, and they lost 3-0 at home to Orlando, man.
Yeah, Messi must be having a meltdown.
They ain't signing that contract, I'll tell you that much. Jordi Alba signed, everyone's like, he's going to stay. And then they asked him about it, and he's like, I got no comment right now.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like, I mean, like, look, those players that came in, Suarez as well, like they're old in terms of like what football is, and their best days are behind them, and they had a great season last year. But like the kind of writing was on the wall. Like Suarez can't even run anymore.
Buddy, his knees are
Um,
shot.
but
His knees are
yeah.
brutal, dude.
Look at LA Galaxy too. Like that. I mean, obviously the El Trafico last Sunday was unbelievable. Royce's goal, free kick at the end there to make it 2-2 was just beautiful. Like just floated the ball over the right hand
From
side to
that
the left.
close too, man. That's so hard to get up and down like that, dude. So hard.
Yeah, but he just lifted it. Like he didn't smash it. He didn't. It was actually felt like it was going in slow motion, but it was just so perfect that the keeper couldn't even get to it. But LA Galaxy last year, like from last year to now, like they've fallen off as well. They've been at the receiving end of a couple of trashings as well.
They haven't won a match, legitimately.
No,
They haven't won a match.
mental, and they were the hottest thing last year as well. So I don't know. It's a lot of it. Like obviously the pay structure, the way the MLS works, you can't hold on to a lot of players, and you got to move them on, and it definitely affects the team when they're forced to sell players.
I worry about Inter Miami going into that Club World Cup too, man.
Yeah,
There's some good teams in there, dude.
Yeah. Who else is in there? Is Cincinnati in there?
Sounders.
Sounders are. Who else? There's another team that could go in.
LAFC has that match that's basically a $10 million match to get into the tournament. It's a one-off LAFC has.
Against one of the Mexican League teams,
Yeah.
right?
So hopefully they can get in too. But it's going to be an interesting tournament to watch because I think you'll see a lot of the young players from the teams from Europe get to play too. And it'll be better than those international friendlies they do where it's kind of you want to have Balotelli doing a spin back heel from the 18-yard box.
Yeah, well, here's the thing though. Like, all those players have played full seasons, especially in Europe, and they're not getting any time off.
Never ends.
They're going straight from a full season of domestic league, domestic cups, sometimes 2 domestic cups, and then Europe, and then they're going straight into this other tournament. What's the prize money? 100 million, right?
Yeah. And it's gonna be more. They said they wanted it to be $1 billion at the start, and everyone's like, you can't. What is that? So it is 100 million to the winner. But like you said, the players never stock. Pulisic isn't. He's not even going to play at all in the Gold Cup now because he played the full season with AC Milan, and it's like,
yeah,
the guys need some rest, but also like they got a new coach in Pochettino. Like he's got to put his team together before this World Cup. I thought the Gold Cup would have been a good opportunity to kind of get all those guys together because it's a 60-person camp. But now he's not going. Gio Reyna didn't get invited. So I'm curious to see what Pochettino is going to do with that squad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like we really are close now to the next World Cup, and they need to really get their stuff together. But like, I still think the Gold Cup's great, but they need to be playing international teams. They need to be playing France. They need to be playing Germany, Netherlands, England. They need to be over there, Spain. They need to be playing these like high pedigree teams because that's really where you notice the difference in the level of skill. You know, it's playing like that's sometimes the problems I feel like with someone like the Gold Cup or like the way that the qualifiers are. I know obviously it's logistics, but they really need to start playing. You need to be the best or to get to the best level. You need to play with the best.
I think that is the problem with a lot of those players too. Like they get the offer to Europe to go play, and it's fine. It's a great offer. You get a chance to go play in Europe, but a lot of those guys now don't play. Whereas you were on an MLS team playing every week, starting every week, being one of the better players on the teams. These guys are coming to these camps, and they haven't started in months. Like Matt Turner, the starting goalie, he never plays a game, man.
He's Palace's reserve keeper now, right?
Yeah, like he never
plays.
He
was at Forest.
Yeah, he was at Arsenal before that. Like he was third string if he was lucky at Arsenal. It's so hard if you're never getting a match to stay up and be fit and ready to go for these matches when it comes to international play.
Yeah, training will only bring you so far. Like Ireland have actually had the same problem with that as well because we have a lot of players that are in the UK. It's always been the case for Irish players. Obviously, England's so close to Ireland, so all of our youth players would be scouted and brought over to England for like any teams, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, like Villa, like and go on and on. But like because again, there's so much competition, a lot of our players like won't get a game. Like even Caoimhín Kelleher for Liverpool, he's a phenomenal goalkeeper,
Phenomenal goalie,
phenomenal. But like, if again, like you said, like there's difference when you're in training and difference when you're in a stadium, and the pressure's on, and he needs to be playing every single game. Like I saw some criticism thrown at him before, like a couple of mistakes, but let's be fair here. He's a human being, right? And if you're like playing 4 or 5 games and then you don't play for another 10 games, and then you're thrown back in for another 2, as you said, you need to be like back in the day. Like this obviously there's so many more games now, Gumpy, but like when I started watching, and even before I started watching, there used to be the squads used to be only like 15 players.
Yeah,
that was it. It's like 15 to maybe if you had 18 players, that would be very, very rare. But like there wasn't that much. Like everyone would play every game. Like your squad was your squad, and that's why it was so good, because they play together every single week. When you chop and change, it just kind of it can disrupt the team's flow.
that's what Guardiola said after Man City lost in the FA Cup to Crystal Palace. He said, "I don't want a big squad.
Yeah,
I want my guys, and if it's not like that," he said, "I'm done with it."
yeah, he's
But
right.
a lot of these teams like Chelsea has how many players? But then what Chelsea does is they loan these guys out. They sign them younger to these long contracts, and then they loan them out so their wages are getting paid by another team. And then whenever they're very, very good, they either keep them or end up selling them for more than they paid. It's a business, I get it, but there's just too many. There's too many players. Chelsea probably has 60 players.
It's insane.
It's absurd. They literally have 3 full teams right now, and they're not even doing that great in the league overall.
No, they were close to going to the Champions League football, but they bottled it. But I remember that they started doing that, and then it was the first time I really noticed it was Courtois. So they bought Courtois, and then they loaned him out to Atletico Madrid.
Yep.
And then he came back, and he was insane because he took over from Peter Cech, I think it was. But yeah, he was just like incredible goalie. But like they're still doing it. They even have that player from Jadon Sancho from Man United as well.
Well, yeah, and then he's laughing last night after he's laughing that Man U lost. It's like, you're still on Man U, you're on loan. Like Chelsea has an option to buy, but you're still on that team. I mean, we're both Liverpool fans here, but I thought it was very cool to see Spurs win something. I really like Big Ange, man. I think he's had it bad this year from the fans and a lot of people, because obviously it hasn't gone well in the league. But I was happy for Ange to see him win, because he said start of the year, he said, my second year, I win things. And then he goes out and did it, man.
He did. And you, like yourself, like I'm the same. I just saw a couple of posts today. One was from Mo Salah about and he's
stirring the pot, yeah.
Yeah, and then Celtic put out a really good post because he was manager of Celtic and won trophies with Celtic as well. So Celtic showed him a lot of love. I was down in Mulligan's actually last night, which is where I don't know if Pat remembers, on Paddy's Day we did I kind of called in on the show, on the McAfee show. So it's down there in Mulligan's. It's a great bar if anyone's ever in Hoboken for like to watch like Premier League or football. One side, it's kind of split into two. So one side was all the Man United fans, and on the other side was Spurs. I was in there just chilling, having a couple of minutes with the Spurs. It was great. I think I put a story out on my. I went in. There's a room there. I put a story on my Instagram. Just all the Spurs fans chatting, because you got to be happy for them. Like they don't win much, but the fans are super loyal. They go through a lot, and the fact as well that like Arsenal, like for me, under Arteta, I think Arteta and Arsenal would get a lot less stick if Arteta just would stop making excuses and
He's
just
delusional, dude. He's delusional. He lies. Like he
lies.
He said after they lost to PSG that the coach at PSG told him they were the better team, and they asked the PSG coach about it, and he laughs. He goes, "You're telling me I'm going to the Champions League final and I stopped to tell the coach of the other team that they're better than us?" And he just makes shit up. He said it about Liverpool all the time. They would have won the league if this and that. It's like, if you could ever just take some heat for your team not winning the game, man, it's like, it's unbelievable.
But that's the problem. Like, just take. Like, that's why they get so much stick, and like, I feel like that's kind of karma, right? Because Spurs obviously are Arsenal's biggest rivals. Arsenal be laughing at Spurs for like a decade.
Oh yeah.
And then they end up both of them in Europe. Arsenal, like after they beat Madrid, act as if they're gonna already won the Champions League. And then, Spurs just pottering away on the side, like under the radar. And then literally the white part of London has the UEFA Cup. I call it the UEFA. It's called, I know it as the UEFA Cup from back in the day.
Yeah.
And Arsenal have nothing. They've got one FA Cup under Arteta. That's it.
Well, and they've spent too millions and millions. Like the thing with Spurs, like Levy's cheap.
Yeah,
he's not paying anybody, dude. So like that's what Ange was saying all year. He's like, I got injuries, I ain't got much to work with. Like James Madison's been very good for them. He got hurt at the end of the year. Sonny was out for a lot of the year.
Yeah.
With Arsenal, it's like you keep bringing these players in, and it's nothing, man. You come second in the league every year. And then he has the interview the other day and he wants more. It's like, how much more do you want to win something, man?
Yeah, it's not good. Like, and then I saw like some of the stuff he had. There's some like, I guess don't Prime have like a show where they follow.
It's kind of like a All or Nothing, I think it's called.
Yeah. And some of the stuff in the locker room is it's kind of like, it's kind of weird.
The light bulb clip. And then he had the You'll Never Walk Alone playing on speakers outside before they played at Liverpool. It's like, all right, dude.
It's just, it's mad. It's mad. I mean, if he won something with it, I'd be like, okay, it's definitely working.
Yeah.
But he hasn't. So.
Well, then it's like, it was the injuries. It's like, man, you just, Liverpool had so many injuries. Liverpool put out basically a U18 team with Van Dijk and won the FA Cup final last year.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I mean? It's like, there's so many injuries in soccer. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. And then he's talked about like how the point situation, how many more points they had last year. But the thing is, Liverpool won the league. Like they went on the piss to beat it, like just drinking or whatever. They didn't give someone said, I saw one comment that was great. If you beat your opponent, if you knock out your opponent or beat your opponent in the boxing match, you don't go back over and just keep punching them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's over.
It's over.
Like, what's the point? They've won the league. It doesn't matter.
It's also a lot of those guys when they won the league in 2020, they didn't get the chance to celebrate.
No. Yeah.
So it is. Yeah. I think Sunday is going to be a fucking scene, man. I'm so juiced up, dude.
I was trying to get over.
Were you? I've never been, dude. Amazing. I gotta go.
You have to, Gumpy. You have to go.
I know.
We have a show in August, but there'll be no title. But we have to make it. We have to try and get the whole gang over there to Anfield. I was at the Everton game 1-0. That was nerve wracking when we beat Everton 1-0.
Yeah.
And then I've been to quite a few, mate. But like, there's nothing like the atmosphere. And then if you look at the Cop, like the flag's gone, everyone's just singing the whole time. It's just incredible, mate. It's absolutely incredible. Like there's no atmosphere. Like every top player and top manager talks about Anfield as being the one arena, the one stadium that they just don't want to go to, or that's the most has the best atmosphere in the world. But one stadium that doesn't have the best atmosphere in the world right now, I'm sure, is Old Trafford, because I don't know where they go from here. What do you think?
I've been talking about this for weeks, man. I don't know how they fix it, because the players they bought, you're not getting any money back. They bought Højlund for what, 75 mil?
Christ,
like he's not even. It's not like he's out of form. Like he looks like he's bad.
It's crazy. What about Anthony killing it?
Unbelievable. Real Betis.
Is he playing today? Is the conference final today?
No, they play next Wednesday. Real Betis plays tomorrow in La Liga. They go next Wednesday. His Conference League, and then Champions League final Saturday. Yeah.
Bro, he's in he'll probably
everybody do. McTominay might win the series. He got like 10 goals this year. Everybody who leaves, dude. It's unbelievable.
They're talking about putting a statue of McTominay in Napoli.
Yes.
That's what they're talking about. Rashford was doing okay with Villa, but I think he's fallen off a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else they got rid of. But like McTominay, I can't believe
why
you get rid of him.
Fucking player, dude.
Brilliant, man. So much passion. He fights for every ball.
Yep.
Anthony, like he was a joke last year, and now he's just scoring these crackers outside the box, curlers into the top corners, volleys. He's on fire.
But with Man U, it's like who on that squad yesterday would you keep? Bruno? You know what I mean? I like Luke Shaw, but he's always hurt.
Yeah.
And they got no money, dude.
I keep the goalkeeper. He's awesome.
You like him? You like him? He's lost in every final he's ever been in. But it was interesting because Man U was favored in that, and everyone's like, "Oh, Spurs isn't gonna win." I'm like, man, Spurs at plus money. I feel like you got to like Man U is not. It's I don't know, man. They're not paying their players. They're out of money. Like they're valued at a lot of money, but they don't have any money. They're gonna throw a barbecue if they won the Europa League. It's like, dude, they're doing it to themselves. It just never ends. And you just brought this coach in, and they don't want to change because they stuck with Ten Hag too long.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna ride it out with this guy, whether he's good or not. We don't really know yet, but they've been absolute shite since he got there, and he says he needs his players. Well, you need a full new team.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Gumpy. So, do you think they'll keep him, or do you think he'll go in the summer?
He stays.
Are you sure?
They gave him all in next year, I think.
Jesus, man, time. It's just you can't get time back, you know. And the Ten Hag thing was
Because if you do, it's
stick
more.
to the plan. What was the Ten Hag used to say, Gumpy?
But it's the money, man.
Plan.
Yeah.
Stick to the plan. We stick to the plan. What was the plan?
Yeah, there was no plan, and they just keep spending.
That was the plan. That was the plan right there. That was the plan.
Oh man. Well, as couple Liverpool fans taking the piss out of Man U, we'll get out of here on that note. We appreciate you all following, listening, and watching. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Hey, before you go, Gump, are you wearing that jersey I got you, that candy?
I'll be wearing that Sunday. I'll send you a picture. Yeah. Sunday, I'll have that thing loud and proud, standing for the full 90.
Absolutely.
You'll never walk alone, brother.
You'll never walk alone. Ale.
Number
20, man.
Come on, you Reds.